This is one big blessing from God. Let me show you. This is a Honda 2026 model, and sikulipa tandururu, even a shilling. Sikulipa. It has 0 miles. So this is a blessing. So I'll tell you guys the story. I think so the story behind this thing, it's very unique. I think most of my stories here on TikTok are true. Maybe I don't make up stories. It's not in my nature. And I'm not saying I'm God, but I don't make up stories. Like Kini. So the only reason I'm sharing this, I know it can edify somebody out there, but I gotta give you the backstory. The backstory is I had a white vehicle, and I think I shared how I got that vehicle. You know how how God blessed me with that vehicle. The story is here. This new vehicle is another blessing. You never in my entire life. Sai I just for the first time in my life sijaingia gari iko na 0 mileage. Sijaingia gari iko na it's the next year. It's next year 2026. The newest hiyo gari ilikuwa showroom and fully paid for. 0, no payments. Nilienda nikaangalia, we were doing the paperwork. Nilikuwa naangalia hadi nikastuka juu, and I did not pay for it, and I did not manipulate the person kunibai hiyo gari. He just did it from the kindness of his heart. And I have shared this story so many times. My friend niliishi na yeye kitambo, time yenye nilikuwa na survive. And I tell you people, you meet people for a reason, either to teach you something ama you meet people for a reason. And mimi mtu tulipatananga naye at the worst time of my life. Tulipatananga church, but everything was going wrong. Things were going wrong, and he offered me niishi kwa basement yake chini kwa concrete with a sleeping bag. Na mimi nikiwa huko, I never complained. I never complained. I never complained to God. I just continued. For some reason, I always knew in my heart that there is a better tomorrow, but sikuwa najua how that would look like. But I had to go through the process. And I think that that's one of the things that I think most people don't understand, and I am understanding, is that before you see want them to they are blessed or they have a talent that is just going, it's so natural to them. You don't know what they have gone behind the doors. Like not everybody knows my whole story. I don't share my whole story. I share bits and pieces, but I promise you, I have gone through some things zenye an ordinary person would shed tears. But but that's your story, and that's the thing that lazima will accept. It's your story. As painful as it is, it's your story. And mimi, I realized that I was always placed in a place where I would desire something, but due to finances, I could not get. So I have always settled, and I have always been okay to settle and stayed in my lane, as they say. But so the funny thing, so I had a white vehicle, my other white vehicle, nilikuwa naiweka on the market. It has been on the market and nobody has been buying that vehicle. So mi nikajiambianga, you know what, I accept, juu sahi economy sipo, nikasema I'll keep it. But you see, now that's why I'm understanding how things zimekuwa zikienda. So venye nilifeel like I'm supposed to keep it and not sell it, juu ningekuwa nimeuza na nimenunua gari ingine. And kama ningenunua gari ingine, I could be making payments. Juu I don't have that kind of money. Mimi sina hiyo pesa. So Mi rafiki yangu ananiandikia jana nikiwa kazi, ananiambia, Francis, I have something for you but you need to call me ASAP. Hey, when this guy tells me something, like, I make sure I do it. You see wale watu, they bother you. So mi akaniambianga mimi, we have been blessed. The time yenye nilikuwa naishi na yeye hakuwa na kipesa, but mimi sikuwa jua huyu msee ametoka familia wase rich, wase pesa, like wase they are rich. Juu wazazi wake, babake alikufa, mamake ako almost 90s. She doesn't need money. Wase ni millionaires. Nakwambia millionaires. Like they are blessed. But the time yenye mimi nilikuwa namjua hakuwa na hizo vitu. Juu zilikuwa kwa na wazazi wake. So wazazi wake, they have passed it down. Mimi akaniambia, sasa wewe, mimi nataka nikununulie gari mpya from a showroom. Na kuna hii gari, guys, mimi Hondas is one of my favorite vehicles. Nilikuwa natafuta ya white, but mimi nilikuwa natafuta gari iko na mileage. Mimi sikuwa natafuta kitu mpya. Nilikuwa natafuta, nilikuwa nanunua kitu that can fit my budget. Juu I just don't have the finances. And I remember I shared a story. I went to my pastor's friend's house and wakaniambia sijui ati you have been called to inspire and give hope, and your story is supposed to give hope. And I was pissed because niliwaambia, well, I feel like everything in my life is negative. And nikamwambia, if God wants me to inspire and give people hope, he has to do a new thing. Niliambia, that was on Sunday. Nilikuwa na drive from my pastor's friend's house. Na nikamwambia, if God does not give me hope, acha ikae. I'm very real. Like, I'm real. Like, you cannot just tell people X, Y, Z and it's stories from kitambo within the same week. They ended up, like, I ended up getting this blessing. Honest to God, mimi sijalipa ndururu, sijalipa hata shilingi, na iko in my name. But hii stuff imefanya hadi nisome Bible juu hata Biblia wasifungui. Hii stuff imefanya juu, and that's the other thing, like, nime notice, like, don't hold things like this. Hold them like this. Like, and mimi, I had to learn that from the word go. Like, for a long time, I don't hold things like this. I let them go like this. So, easy ya kuringa. This is juu mimi kitu kayo haiwezi ni change my heart. And I know it's hard for people to believe that, but the main reason haiwezi ni juu I know nimekuwa huko chini for so many years. I know what it means kukaa chini, like, come from the bottom. And that's why things like that, they don't change me. They don't change me. And true happiness comes from within. From within. True happiness does not come from buying things, new stuff. Man, you can have a new thing leo, kesho, you're back to normal. You're back to depression. You're back to a lot of things. So, Mimi, I'm just sharing this to encourage somebody out there. Today, Leo, there's a passage I read. I think it was in Psalms. And I think it was saying, ask me and I'll give you even nations to you. And I don't know how that looks for everybody. But Mimi, I'm driving a vehicle 2026 for the first time in my life. 2026 tuko 2025, 0 mileages, sikulipa ndururu. Yes. And everything iko kwa jina yangu. Everything. The only thing me nitalipa ni insurance na gas. But, and I had to share it, it can give somebody out there hope. And I had nothing to do with it. Aliniambia, go thank Jesus. Even if aliniambia, go thank Jesus. Na nikajua, I have to give I have to, at least encourage somebody with that story. So it's not about boasting you. I'm not a boastful guy. It ain't in my personality. I'm a very chill man. Ikifika ni vitu za kuboast mi siko, but I do feel like I will be doing a disservice to the Lord for not testifying about his goodness.